Hey guys, Muldoon here. What I've got here is a Kodi box. Kodi is a multimedia application formerly known as EMMC, sometimes called an Android box because that's what it runs on. Now this is developed by a company called, I believe it's Puersit, Puersit, and the model number is M9S Max. This runs on Android 5.1, I believe. Now I've actually bought this for my girlfriend, but what I'm going to do in this video is unbox it, show you what's in the box, then show you what it looks like outside the box. I'll connect it to my monitor. I'll show you how it works. I'm not going to show you me installing lots of applications in Kodi. That's for something you can do for yourself. I want to show you exactly what you'll see and what you'll get when you buy it. Before I do that, I just want to quickly run through some of the specifications. It's got an Amlogic S812 quad-core Cortex A9 CPU up to 2 GHz, a quad-core GPU up to 400 MHz, 2 GB of DDR3 RAM, and 16 GB of ROM, i.e. storage. It comes with a lot of accessories, but we're going to get to that, so let's dive right into it. It's a really nice box here, and okay, we've got a little thank you for being a valued customer. Always good to feel welcomed. Now, the price of this retails, these prices obviously go up and down. At the moment it retails at £50 or so, but it goes up and down. The main difference between all the Android boxes at the moment is really RAM is one of the biggest things. Some things only have 1 GB of RAM, some have 1.5. This one has 2 GB, and that's what most of the better ones have. I've been running a Kodi on my Amazon Fire Stick for a long time, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how something faster is in action. My plan is to buy something for myself and for my parents. Okay, I'll just quickly run through what's around the box here. You've got the Android box itself. It looks really good. Just looks like a kind of miniature PC. You've got an SD card slot here, so I'm sure you could use that for storage. In the back we've got 2 USB ports. We have an HDMI slot. You've got an Ethernet port. You've got the AV port there, an optical port, and you've got what's the power port. Various fans in the bottom. It's quite plasticky, as you expect. I mean, it's just a shell over all the parts, but looks quite good. It says OTT TV box, Android player, so being branded by Puersit, but it wouldn't surprise me if this is being sold under a lot of different names on Amazon. So you can see here there's accessories there, and I'll just bring this up and you can see exactly what's in the box here. So I'll take everything out so we can run through everything. So now the box is empty. I'm going to give this to my girlfriend, so I better make sure this is all neatly packaged again. So we have the little infrared keyboard, wireless keyboard, mini wireless keyboard with touchpad. Looks good. We have the remote control. Now you can control everything through the remote control, but if you're searching for movies and stuff, it will be easier to use a keyboard. We have a manual which is coming right out of the box folded. That's not a big problem. We have I'll check that just now. There's another here that looks like the power supply. I'm not 100% sure whether it should be an HDMI cable, but I'll just double check. So what we're getting here, is this HDMI? I believe so. Yep, an HDMI port. Cable, that's really good. I wasn't expecting that. I'm just going to assume I was going to have to use one of my own, so that's a nice little bonus. And then we have the power here. Now, I'm not sure if they get batteries. I don't see any batteries for these, so I'm going to have to maybe use my own batteries for that, which isn't a major problem, but something to note if you're buying it. So then you've got the power. So guys, I recorded the footage of me using the Android box yesterday. The unboxing was yesterday, and I recorded some footage about me showing you how it worked. Problem was, I was actually in a real rush yesterday. I had so many things on my plate. I had work to do, you know, I had to rush off to training at night. So I looked back at the footage and I wasn't happy with it. You know, I thought I missed out a few key things. I'm now at my girlfriend's house and I've got the box installed. So what I'm going to do is just quickly show you the box in action and, you know, show you all the pros and cons of it. First thing to note is that this wireless controller takes 2 AAA batteries. This is the little receiver, which I think I showed you before. So that'll go in the back of the box. Another thing, this might sound like a silly thing, but I actually sat the box here yesterday and then the remote wasn't working. That's because the infrared port seems to be here. The remote control also takes 2 AAA batteries. So there's no batteries included with the system, so you really need to go out and buy those. Now when we're on the issue of batteries, it's worth pointing out that the 2 cables are included, they're good, but they're not long enough. Now you can see here, this is the HDMI cable that's connected. You know, this isn't a huge TV. I think it's 40 inches, I think. And even just setting the system here, you know, like if we had to put it down here, you know, where you'd probably normally expect to put this down here, this HDMI cable wouldn't be long enough. And it certainly wouldn't be long enough to run up through this tube. So they included the HDMI cable. You know, it's good that you get an HDMI cable. That's something I think is good, but it's quite short. You can see here, so it goes from here down. So if you've got a home system, that might be an issue. And again, the other issue is the AC adapter. Now if you look down here, that's the AC adapter here. So it basically goes from the floor, and then, you know, you've only got this part here. It's really short. You know, depending on how you've got your home system set up, you might have to replace these HDMI cables. You've probably got some spare in the house, and you can get these, you know, DC in adapters pretty easily as well. They're not too expensive, so I wouldn't worry about it. But it is worth pointing out that the included power adapter, the AC adapter, is very, very short. So, you know, if your system, if your home set up, you know, maybe if you've got your multimedia system over there, you're not going to be able to power it. It's just going to be too long. So, time to show you how this works. Get the remote and so it flashes. Oh, do it down there. Oh, that's now it's actually it's powered on already. I'm not sure if I can. I want to actually restart the system. So if I can restart, power off. Right, hopefully. I want to show you it starting up just to show you all booting. I'll give you a better idea of what you'll get. So I'll power it back up. This is what you see every time you're going to load this Android box. So every time you load it up for the first time, you're going to see this intro. Now again, you may have noticed before, it just defaulted to that to this part here. When you actually just, you know, quickly power it off, you're not powering it off, you're just kind of putting it in hibernation mode, and you can quickly switch between systems. Okay. One of the reasons that I wanted to do this video again was in the video yesterday. You know, one of the things that I said at the start of the video when I watched it back, it annoyed me, was that this was a Kodi skin, and that's initially I just thought this was Kodi and this was a Kodi skin, but that isn't the case, and I quickly realised that, and then I would have to go back and shoot the footage again, which is what I'm doing now, because I didn't want to give any bad advice. And this isn't the Kodi skin, this is the Android skin. This is the default skin, uses Android 5.1. Now obviously I'm coming from using Kodi on the Fire Stick and things like this, so I'm really pleased with how quickly things move about with the remote control. We'll just get quickly through the screens. You can see there is online video. You push add, there'll be lots of different online video apps that come up. You can push the return button. Now down the bottom you can see you push left and right, so you've got all the 5 main pages there. So you've got recommended, you've got a media center, you've got Miracast, and and then that's coming up like media settings that are available. That will be from the PlayStation 3 and possibly from my laptop. And push right again, you're going to go down and then go right. This is all the apps. Now you're going to see a lot of Android apps here, and you know, I was kind of referring to this as a Kodi box, and that's what it's going to be used as. But it's worth pointing out this is an Android box. You know, so you can do everything that you can do with an Android tablet. You can play games. You can, you know, you can install Skype. You could probably add a webcam and things like that. You can see there you've got the Play Store. So that's I thought we did this last night, so I don't. Oh, in fact, we didn't follow it through. We've got Netflix. You should be able to get Amazon Video, but you may have to install that manually because Amazon Video isn't on the Play Store. And you've got the settings. You've got a Route Explorer as well, that's just to the main settings area. And you've got Twitter and all these things. Now, we won't be using it in this fashion. We won't be, you know, using Twitter or Facebook on this, but you know, if you want to do that, you can. And again, you can go to the Play Store and you can install lots of games. You'll see lots of options here for movie player. And we watched we put in a USB drive last night and we watched some clips, we watched some videos, a couple of old TV series and stuff like that we watched, and you know, it just plugs in the back. You can put it into movie player. You've got all these other apps. There's lots of things here. You've got music there, but you've also YouTube's obviously the one you're going to be using a lot. You've also got Spotify, things like that as well. So when you go to add, you know, that's the default. So that's if you're plugging in a USB stick or an SD card. If you go to add, it should come up like music related apps, hopefully. There we go. Oh, it's just coming up the default apps. But you'll get Spotify and all that as well. And last page is the settings page. Oh, in fact, that's wrong. It's the gallery. You need to come out for a settings. So you've got the gallery, movie player, file browser. Now again, this has got 16 GB of storage, 16 GB of ROM. I believe about 12 GB is available. So if I go to settings, so here's the settings area. We've connected to Wi-Fi. You can change the display, all this. 16 GB ROM. We've not installed anything yet, and you can see there 12 GB of storage. There's a factory reset option there as well. You've got about, you've got language, you can set the time, keyboard, HDMI, remote, all these different options. It's really very user friendly, you know, anyone can use this. We've not been using the mini keyboards yet, simply because, you know, it's really quick to use this and it's quite easy. But we'll probably, you know, we've got the batteries there for them, so we'll probably start using the keyboard when we're typing in things. Now, as I said, lots of people call this a Kodi box, and the reason being that one of the main apps installed on this is Kodi. You can see you've got Update Kodi and you've got Kodi. Just to quickly talk about now, as I say, this is a Kodi box, and one of the big things about Kodi is, well, for a lot of people, is it's a pain in the bum to install. It's not very user friendly. You know, you need to go into the settings area, add apps, install applications from the repo. You need to find out which ones are the best at the moment. Here is arguably one of the best features of this. This works out of the box. It works perfectly out of the box. I automatically assumed we would have to start installing lots of different programs, setting everything up. You don't. Everything's there. So if you go to videos here, you get pictures, you've got videos. These are most of the most popular apps you'll see online. You've got Exodus, you've got Velocity, stream all the sources, the Royal We, Phoenix. And if you scroll along, you'll see other ones there. iTunes Radio, XBMC Karaoke, SoundCloud. You've got Navi X, and then you've got your system file manager, so you can add more applications there. Now, I'm not going to talk about the legality of all these kind of applications, but they are there. You can remove them if you want. But if, for example, you go to Exodus, you will go in, you'll see movies, TV shows, my movies. Go to, for example, go to TV shows. Oh, this is bound to happen, eh? It goes slow when I'm trying to do a review. Oh, okay, I'll go back into that. So I'm going to TV shows, most popular. There you go, Walking Dead, Black Mirror, Westworld, Big Bang Theory. You've got everything there, and you know, you just have to, you know, Mr. Robot. That's a series I watched. You know, I watched the first 2 series on Amazon Prime, and then when you go into it, you know, you'll see all the episodes. And again, I'm not going to talk about the legality of all these kind of things. You can remove these applications if you don't, you know, if you don't want to use these things or stream live video. But if you do want them, they're all there. All the applications you need are there. You know, you might want to install your own application. If you're a big fan of Kodi, I'm sure there's a lot of apps that you want to install, your favourite app. But, you know, if you want, it's all there, out of the box, everything's there. And I think that's one of the biggest selling points. So there's all the episodes. Now, I'm not going to stream anything just now because I think that is a quick route for me getting this video taken off. But it's all there. That's Exodus, and you know, those other ones there as well, Velocity, Phoenix, and they've all got the same kind of thing. You really have to play around and see which one suits you. So I'll go back. So there is a lot to like about this. So what I'll say, you know, I've only had this a day, unboxed it yesterday, we set it up here last night, and I'm really happy with it. You know, like, if you're going to talk about negatives, I guess you need to point out that there was no batteries included. You need to buy 4 AAA batteries, or at least 2 for the remote control. But I mean, I think that's common now because things have been shipped from China, you know, for customs and that, you don't get batteries included. It was only for items being sold in the UK you would get batteries, and most of these things are from China. In fact, if you look on the back of this box, you will see the famous Made in China sticker somewhere. There it's there actually. Made in China. There it's there. But everything is made in China, so it's not really a surprise. I don't know why, I've just went out of focus there. There you go, I'm back in again. Yeah, so I mean, that's a minor issue. The AC adapter is quite short, so you might want to use an extender. The HDMI cable is short as well. I wasn't even expecting an HDMI cable to be in the box, so you know, I already had batteries. I've already got other HDMI cables I can use, and the AC adapter, it's a minor issue, but worst case scenario, you'll need to pay a few pounds to get something that's a little bit longer. It's not a big issue. Now, for the positives, you know, if you look at the box here, it's very well presented. You know, it came, as I showed you earlier, it came in the box here. They're thrown in the little keyboard, and the fact they give you the cable and all that, although the HDMI cable was short, it's very good. Out of the box, this has got lots of very, very good positive things. And you know, I'd like to buy one for myself, but the next one I'm going to buy is for my parents. I think, you know, because they're using an old television, and this has got an AV port which I can connect up. So the idea is that, you know, this works out of the box, and that's one of the biggest selling points about this. You aren't, you know, messing around installing Android. You aren't messing around installing Kodi, trying to find the right build, installing things from the repo, all that kind of thing. You're just coming in and you're just loading up Kodi, and you've got all the videos, all the TV shows you want. If you don't want to use it like that, you don't have to. You can just use it as a media player. You can stream files, you can stream music, you can stream video, you can put videos and images and other multimedia directly using the SD card or using one of those USB ports. Everything is there for you, and it really is a simple system to use. And I think most people, you know, unless you're coming from an exclusive Apple environment where you only use Apple products, I think most people have used an Android phone or an Android tablet, so they're going to be familiar with the interface. It's not going to give them too many problems. Everything here, I haven't changed anything on this system. You know, I've only had it a day, and everything is there. So, you know, as far as a rating, I would give this 5 out of 5. I'm really happy with it, and I want to pick up some more. What I will say though, just as a disclaimer, you know, I've used Kodi in the past. I've had it installed on my laptop. I've even installed it on my phone, and I was using it on my Amazon Fire Stick. But what I will say is, you know, I don't have much experience with Android boxes, so my opinion just now is based on the fact that this is my first Android box. It's the first Android box system that I've got, and I'm really quite excited about it from a geeky, you know, a geek perspective, that I can get Kodi in there, I can get all these different apps, we can put movies on there, we can stream everything. It's like a multimedia home system. We can even get, you know, we're going to even pick up a Bluetooth or a wireless controller, and we can start playing little Android games. So there's a huge amount of potential with this system, and it's relatively very cheap. You know, you're getting a 2 GHz quad-core processor, quad-core GPU, 2 GB of RAM. It's probably more than enough for what people need. And yeah, this is fantastic. I'm really happy with it. If you get any questions about this, please do leave a comment. I'll do my best to answer them. If you've enjoyed the video, please do consider liking the video, sharing the video, or subscribing to my future videos. And I hope you found this video useful. I think, you know, when I do these videos, I try and do them from the perspective of someone who's buying them. It's not necessarily for people that are just kind of browsing the internet. It's more about the people that are looking at these videos and thinking, oh, I want to find out more about it. So I hope you found this useful. Again, ask me any questions if you're unsure about it, and I'll do my best to answer them. I'm not an expert, but I'll hopefully point you in the right direction. But I will, you know, just to say again, I'm fairly happy with this. I think for the price you pay for these things, they're not expensive. They retail for around £50, £60 in the UK, and you get a lot for your money. So I'm really happy with it. So thanks for watching again, and until next time, take care.